I'm Bruce Brown with another kick butt video, and this one is on who do you ask? You know, if you've got an idea for a business or for expanding your current business, and particularly if it's a big change, something new for you, lots of cases people will, want to go out and check with other folks. They'll do some research, do some due diligence, and go ask some other people. Be careful of that. Be careful of that, first of all, because you can spend an awful lot of time doing research and not really doing. And so if that's the trap you fall into, well, that's kind of too bad. But what I'm really thinking about today is, who do you ask that's going to give you the kind of input you really want? Because remember, most people don't like change. Now you do. I know if you're watching this video, you're at least contemplating change, contemplating making a shift, or at a crossroads in your life, and at least wondering about it. But most people don't. Wish they did, but most people don't. Most people will pull back from it. And so anything that's new, anything that's kind of a little revolutionary, anything where someone's making a big shift, doesn't work for them. And maybe if it doesn't work for them, not that they try to undermine anyone, but it's like they kind of get concerned. They want to do the right thing and give the right advice to anybody else who wants to change either. If you have a huge dream, something that you're really crazy and nuts about, and it really feels right to you, and you do the kind of research you need to do just to make sure that you can actually get it going and all that, and you believe you can do it, if the usual suspects tell you to hold back, that it never can happen, maybe that's the information you need to know to actually get the kick in the butt and get out doing it. Back in the early 80s, I checked with some folks when I was thinking about going into starting a business as a personal computer consultant. And I didn't have a background in IT or computers. In fact, I was a high school English teacher at the time. And the folks that I checked with all said, oh, no, that'll never be much of an industry. And you don't know much about it anyway. Stick to something else. Okay, well, that was wrong. We had a very successful company. I'm not involved with it anymore, but they still exist in Connecticut, and they do real well. In the late 80s, I decided that I wanted to be a freelance writer full-time. I had been doing it a little bit, so I consulted with a few folks. And the conventional wisdom was, oh man, freelance writing as a full-time gig? That's just too iffy. You can't support your family with that. That's tough. Well, 18 years later, I stopped being a full-time freelance writer, and it was a wonderful ride. I really loved it. So, for me, when the usual suspects try to talk me out of something, in some cases that's a nice kick in the butt for me to say, okay, I need to really just test my own resolve, my own vision, and my own courage, see if I really want to go for this. Because if I really do, then maybe that's what I want to do, and that's what I need to do. So I encourage you, look for feedback, do your research, check things out with folks, but you're the one that needs to make the decision, because if you're the one making the change, and it's your extraordinary life to be lived, you need to mostly listen to yourself. Thanks. I'm Bruce Brown.